So this conversation here is going to be a part of a two to possibly three-part conversation. And it has to deal with content creation. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out as a content creator or if you're just mid-level as a content creator or an experienced content creator. It's just something that I've noticed in my last 9 years of building a podcasting platform. About three and a half, four doing YouTube, and now crossing over and bringing into the Twitch streaming. I love and I appreciate everyone so far on this journey. I'm going to be completely honest. I love and appreciate every single one of y'all. Every comment, every like, every view. Doesn't matter what platform you're consuming the content, if it's the audio side or the YouTube side. But there's a lot to be talked about when it comes down to podcasting or even being a content creator. And for everyone that's here, if you feel inclined to do so, please like, share, and comment on the podcast because it's needed. It's necessary. I do appreciate you. This is a two, possibly three-part conversation. And content creation, I want to speak to first and foremost. It's going to be one of the loneliest journeys that you will be on. Mark my words. It will be also a journey that requires a lot of sacrifice, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, grind, and grit, but never giving up on yourself no matter what's going on. It's also going to put a lot of strain on certain things. Could be your 9 to 5, could be your part-time work, full-time work. It could also just be indirectly on friendships and relationships and family times. This is what the life is. This is the ultimate sacrifice. It's not you going up against other content creators in the algorithm, all trying to do the same thing. It's about you having to bet the chips on yourself and how you're going to wake up. See, content creation, folks, I'm just going to be completely open and honest with you. You need to put the time and the work in. And if you're a part-time creator, that's going to at least be an hour or two, let alone shout outs to my Twitch streamers that are doing the part-time thing. That's myself. And I maintain and I work a full-time job and I maintain a podcast. It's all about sacrifice, folks. It's all about dedicating the time, the understanding, opening yourself to really want to build what it is you truly want to do. And I'll say this right now. I've started to see with a lot of content creators, they want to come in this space and they think they can make money hand over fist. They can get this brand deal. They can do all of these different things. And it doesn't come that easy. Nothing comes easy in life. You have to make sacrifices. And I can tell you that through 576 episodes of a podcast. It's sacrifices. Maybe being in relationships with certain folks that don't see eye to eye with certain things you do, but you have to keep going. It's missing out on events with your friends as you have to keep on going. But what I've realized is that doesn't matter if it's that friend, doesn't matter if it's that relationship, that partner. You have to find folks that are going to understand your mission, right? And I'll say this right now, especially when it comes down to social media. Instagram being the biggest one, Facebook being the biggest one. You'll look at your algorithm and you'll sit back and say to yourself well, none of my friends, none of my girls, none of my guys are pressing like on the content that I'm doing. But guess what you have to keep in mind? That's something for you to just simply bite down on the mouth guard and realize not everyone's going to support your vision. It's just how life is. It's just how life is, folks. It's just how life is always going to be. Look, I'll be the first person to tell this to folks. You're going to have a lot of ghost followers and you're going to have a lot of ninja watchers. The ghost followers are the ones that see you post something and they transition to your Instagram story, but they were never viewing your story throughout the whole entire week. But when you post that podcast or post that picture of a guest, that's when they show up. Maybe that might even be when you post that content picture with your favorite content creator, you're at an event. Then you see people go into your story because you see them, they see you post something in your story. That's the life, honestly. And I'm going to say this. Trust me, I'm no exception to the rule. See, if they were to like and share, look, that'd be the ultimate cheat code. That'd be the ultimate hack. But I realize in this space of content creation is you got to walk to find your tribe of people. You got to walk to find the folks that are going to simply believe in your vision. You got to walk and find the folks that are going to simply want to rally between each other, but not alienate each other. I've seen certain content creators go on their platform. Don't do this ever. And talk about how they have a podcast or how they have a content creation build or how they have a YouTube channel or they have a Twitch channel. And what they do is they market with the measure of success and followers, but they don't market by the success of the actual content that they're producing to the community. Because we're so infatuated by the numbers, we're not infatuated by the impact. And what I have to say is consistency, grind, and grit is going to be the three things that you need. The fourth will be patience. The fifth will be time. If you're going into content creation or streaming just to make money, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons, ladies and gentlemen. You have to look at content creation as a battle of how do I improve to get better? 1v1. That's when you wake up, you look at yourself in the mirror, you say, yo, I'm the number one priority. Because that piece of content, whatever niche that you're sitting in, that is what you have to be up against. Stop worrying about what the world thinks. Stop worrying about those other content creators, because some of them, they'll drop off. And I tell a lot of people that want to come in this space, I'm no exception to the rule. I've been doing what I've been doing with podcasting for 9 years. I bend, but I don't break. You have to put every single chip on the table for yourself. You don't need the high fancy equipment. You may see a 4K camera. You may see an iPhone 16 Pro. You may see a Mac Mini A1 chip. You may see an Elgato ring light, another ring light, the Rode Soundcaster Pro and an SM7B mic and say, yo, he's got it made. Not necessarily, because it's called chipping at the foundation, chipping at the actual tree. But I work, but I know where I need to be able to put the funding to pay for a roof over your head, to simply provide and put food on the table, to simply sit here to be able to go out and have nice things, but also live as a minimalist. Sometimes it's not always about the turn up and the party and the gallivanting around if you want to do something extraordinary for yourself. You sometimes got to look at it and say, yo, that $100 dinner plus the drinks, that might have to go to that ring light. That $100 that I'm spending bi-weekly for, my coffee orders for my family, my friends, and them coworkers per se needs to go to a soundboard. That $1,200 trip that you want to go spend to Mexico, all inclusive, could be better in your setup. Maybe it's that camera lens that you need to go purchase. You need to buckle down, and you don't need to make excuses. You got to make the specific adjustments if you want to see success. But understand, the road will be long and the road will be hard. But you have to know, look, when I get into this Coliseum, I got to do what it is I say I got to do. Look, there's going to be days you're going to have to show up on camera, and you may not be able to give up your best, but you got to simply channel your inner Michael Jordan, your inner Rafael Nadal, your inner Tom Brady. I'm talking about the type of Tom Brady when you down 28-3 in a Super Bowl and you come back and win the game 31-28. You got to be Tiger Woods, US Open, playing the game on one leg with the ACL, and still go out there and shoot the best rounds that you can possible to hoist that trophy over your head. You got to simply be able to channel what that is to get to where it is you want to get to by any means necessary, because nobody's going to come in here and just hand it to you on a silver platter. You got to go out and take it for yourself. You got to go out there and you got to take it. But when I say you take it, you don't take it and ruin other opportunities or leapfrog like Super Mario Brothers on other folks. You have to be yourself and know how to network, know how to show up, be real, show that charisma, show that consistency, show that grit, show that ability to want to get to the spot, because you have it inside yourself to get to the spot. And if you can't get to the spot yourself, well, then ask that other content creator. When I go to that other content creator, don't look at it from that point of view of this is my time to simply sit here and just take from that person. I'll give you an example before we close out. The more you give from your heart, the more you receive at the end of the day. There's streamers out there right now, believe it or not. There's streamers out there right now that I support because it's from my own heart. No hidden agenda, but it's from my own heart because guess what? They put that smile on my face. Or it could be something that they said or something that they did that makes me have to simply sit here and say to myself is, yo, you know what? I believe in their vision. I'm going to support their vision. And no questions asked. I'm not trying to get anything back from that because I know how they show up for me. So how I know I need to show up for my community is to continue to keep pouring in, continue to keep giving you this value. Because here's the thing is this, if you're a creator and you're complaining about the views, if you're a creator and you're comparing yourself to this other creator, or you're complaining that nobody's not liking your content, or they're not liking your stream, or they're not in your stream being active, you know what that means? You're doing it for all the wrong reasons. You're doing it for all the wrong reasons. You got to ask yourself is, why am I creating my content? And who do I want it to serve the demographic to? Whose life can I change? But you have to be consistent to be doing that. You got to show up with that grind and grit mentality. You got to show up with that killer instinct, Michael Jordan mentality, that Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality, that LeBron James off the backboard mentality, that Luka Doncic step back three mentality. But this is what it's all about, folks. And that's why I get fired up and I get passionate. By any means necessary. There's no weapon, no person that can come in front of me here today and tell me whatever they want to do. Because guess what? You're going to have haters, you're going to have supporters, and you're going to have folks that don't really just rock with you. But that's your opportunity in life to, guess what? Get better and find the right people that you want to be around. And that's what every content creator needs to know for 2026 and beyond. Quit the tomfoolery out there. Stop doing the clickbait posts. You don't need it. Just be real. Be yourself. Show that authenticity. I rant and rave about it to all different people in my life. If I had to watch everyone in my community and I was expecting them to like a piece of content, to share a piece of content, to show up in my stream, guess what? It's not going to necessarily happen. Do you want to know why? Because some folks at the end of the day don't really care. They say they do, but in life, folks want to see you do good, but never better than them. And that's my time. Mitchell Report Unleashed podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the content. I appreciate you each and every day. Let's go to keep on growing.